Hey guys, what's up? So yesterday morning I got an email from someone telling me about a product called the Note Slate, which is basically a 13-inch tablet that you can draw on, and it's got a couple of buttons on the bottom of it that reset it and do a couple of other things. It's still early in production, but it's like $99 when it releases, so I thought, that's pretty cool. So I tweeted about it, I asked a couple of people what they thought of it, and I actually contacted the company to see if they'd be interested in sending me one for review because it runs what will be an open source firmware, which is extremely cool. However, in talking about it and talking to people on Twitter about it, someone mentioned another product, said, well, Chris Pirillo already reviewed that. As it turns out, he did not review that. He reviewed a product called the Boogie board. Now, after seeing that review, I thought it was an extremely cool product, so I decided to get some more information on it, and I ended up looking online, found out they sell it at Brookstone. So when I was out tonight, we went to the mall, and I picked one up. Yeah, it's about $39.95, which is a little bit expensive for what it is, and I thought I would just open it on camera for you and let you see what it is and what it does and all of that sort of fun stuff. So basically, you've got the box here, Boogie board inside of it. If I open this up, you can actually see the item itself, or at least most of it. And basically what it is, when you write on it, when you use your fingernail, when you use a pen, you can probably see that, it is kind of like a Magnadoodle. You draw on it, and then you hit a button, it erases it. It's kind of a little drawing tablet, but the whole idea behind it, and I'll just go ahead and open this while we're talking, the idea behind it is that it's an LCD screen that you write on, and when you're done writing, you hit the erase button, it erases it. By the way, while I'm unboxing this, cleaning cloth came with it. Here is, if I can get it out, the item itself, which, very thin, very lightweight. There's a Brookstone user guide on the back. I guess, user guide, yeah, it's mainly FCC information and things like that. And, if I can get it out, a little telescoping stylus. See here, I just pull on it, it gets a little longer, it's kind of like a pen. And at this point, you see I've got the device out, I'll go ahead and hit the erase button, nothing on it, and I'm looking at the viewfinder so I can see what I'm doing. But if I start writing on it, let's see if I can do this in such a way that you can see, it does register what I've written. If I were to write my name, for example, just do it sideways because I'm left-handed, Jordan. Maybe see that? Yeah, just barely. Lighting is not terribly good this close to the camera, but it does. It is very smooth to write on, and basically, like I said, it's an LCD screen that does not refresh. So, when you stick your thumb on a monitor, it has that little swirly dark color effect that sort of gradually goes away. This is the same principle, except you've got an all blacked out LCD, and it doesn't refresh at all until you hit this little button, the little erase button. So, you can do whatever you want to it with the stylus. You can use any sort of other thing that doesn't scratch, like my remote for the camera. I could use that. You see it made a little mark there. And then whenever you're done doing whatever you want to do to it, drawing on it and stuff, you hit the erase button. Let's see if I can catch this on camera. And it flickers and goes away. So, I don't know. I can see this being kind of useful. I can see doing notes and stuff on it. If you look at the box itself, it's got some use examples on the inside here. I'll just get it off the camera. There we go. We've got the athletic field. We've got the home. You could do lists and stuff on it. And the office. So if you want to do charts and stuff on it. Basically, it's not an incredibly useful device for a lot of things. If it had a USB port on it or something that you could take the images from it and put it out somewhere else, that would be really useful. If it had an eraser that you could actually erase things with, that would be very useful. But for a first generation device, for a relatively new style device, it's definitely pretty cool. And it's something I can see myself using at work, and maybe even using to do some scripting type stuff for TWIL. Write a little script, hang it here below the camera. Maybe not. But if I had just a couple of topics I wanted to rattle off, I could hang it there. And I don't know. Just thinking about it. So, have you ever heard of a product like this? Have you ever gotten your hands on one? If not, it might be worth running down to your local Brookstone if you've got one, and just getting your hands on it, because they had one out on display that you could use, that you could play with, and I just picked up the stylus and started drawing on it immediately. Let's see. Stick figure man. Stick figure. There you go, if you can see it. Stick figure man. So, this is just going to be a fun little device, and if I hadn't mentioned it already, sorry, my son is in the bath upstairs. If I hadn't mentioned it already, it does come with I believe it's a 3-volt watch battery, a lithium watch battery that's supposed to last for 50,000 full screen refreshes. So on average use, they figure 20 times a day. That's about 6 years of battery life on one single charge. And you don't charge it up, you just use it. If the battery ever does die, you can send it into the company and they will replace it free of charge, but in 6 to 10 years, depending on how many times you do it per day, maybe 3 years if you let your kids use it. I don't know. I mean, will you want to do it then? Will it be cheaper then? There'll be better models out then. Will this model even still exist then? I don't know. But apparently the company, like I said, is working on an eraser for it, so you can erase just portions of the screen. They're working on a USB connectivity version that you can hook it up and actually transfer the images off. They're working on, I believe, I saw something on Chris Perillo's video, a skin for phones where you can actually put it on the back of a phone and swipe across and it'll change colors and stuff like that. So basically, just an interesting company, an interesting idea, something I thought was kind of cool. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I realize it's kind of an expensive, it's kind of an expensive Magnadoodle, but it is a cool little gadget and I kind of enjoyed it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching though, and I will see you next time.